Good day viewers, Mr. Loshan here again at the laboratory. Today I wanted to take a few minutes to quickly give you our public, our patients, our students, our relatives, friends, anyone who has ever had a blood test or a laboratory test done, give you a little bit of information that might benefit you and bring the lab closer to you. We most of all will first know that in the laboratory tests are done. And these tests are performed on different types of specimens. The most common laboratory specimen is a blood specimen, but you've got urines, you've got other types of specimens. But in its simplest form, in the laboratory, tests are performed on clinical specimens where a result is obtained. But I want to just impress upon you how scientific and how diagnostically important even the protocols and the procedures are. Today I want to talk to you about pipettes and what we call analytical pipettes. To start with, the reason why blood is such an important specimen where you can check your cholesterol, you can check how your kidney function is, how your liver function is, you can even check for cancers and all of that, is because blood is a transport mechanism. It is a vehicle within which other things are transported. We know that red cells help in the transfer of gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide at the level of the lung. We know that our white blood cells help in the immune response to help guard and protect us from foreign invasions like pathogens and viruses and all of those. We also know that the platelets help in the coagulation or clotting of our blood. So you've got blood which has a cellular component and you've got also a non-cellular component. What I've got here is a tube within which coagulation or blood was clotted, and you've got your cells at the bottom, and this liquid here is called the serum. In this serum, you've got a beautiful assortment of things happening in there. You've got hormones, you've got electrolytes like sodium, potassium and chloride, you've got nutrients, you've got wastes, you've got other chemicals, substances, and that is the transport vehicle. That non-cellular component has a lot of stuff. That non-cellular component is what we use most of the times in laboratory tests to analyze a particular specimen. All right, now with that, what do we use? We've got some very important tools in the medical laboratory, like how a mason may have his trowel, how an agriculturist may have his fork, etc. We've got in the laboratory some very important tools called micropipettes. Micropipettes, and what these are, as the name implies, they are micro, meaning small, and pipettes, meaning they do something. They aspirate and they dispense, they pick up and they release. I'm going to show you now what we mean here. This is an analytical pipette. It is designed with a air displacement plunger inside there to pick up or release a particular volume of liquid, a particular volume of reagent, a particular volume of patient blood or serum. We've got different sizes. I'm going to show you here now, for example, how very nice these fundamental tools are in the laboratory. What we've got here is a bottle of water. This bottle has 330 mLs, which is just above a quarter liter. So essentially about 3 bottles of this is 1 liter. 1 liter is equivalent to 1000 milliliters. 1000 milliliters. I'm going to show you here what 1000 milliliters, 1 mil looks like. And I'm just using a safe colored reagent here. This is what 1 milliliter looks like, and I'm going to dispense it here. This is what 1 mil or 1 milliliter looks like. 1000 of this is 1 liter, and I'm going to dispense what 1 mil looks like here for us to appreciate that. Now that's 1 milliliter. What I want to show you here now is another analytical pipette with a particular range, which is smaller, 10 to 100 microliter. Now I'm going to show you what 100 microliter looks like. This is 100 microliter, which is 1/10 of a milliliter. That is what 100 microliter looks like. Now I'm going to show you further what 10 microliter looks like, and this is another analytical pipette designed to exactly or precisely pick up or aspirate desired volumes. This is what 10 microliter looks like, and I'm going to put it here so that you can appreciate that. That is what 10 microliter looks like. So viewers, it is important for us to appreciate and to be so aware of when you go to your laboratory for a particular test. These are some of the fundamental tools that are used in the laboratory to take up, to analyze, to process your tests, such as your cholesterol, your kidney function, your liver function, your prostate cancer screening, whatever. And I just want to add some additional bit for you here. If you look at this here, this microbiological loop here, it has a very small hole at the top. This is a 1 microliter hole, and this is the amount we would put into a urine specimen to inoculate or do what is called a urine culture. That's 1 microliter, where 1,000 of these is equivalent, to 1 milliliter, which is this 1 milliliter, and 1,000 mils or milliliter is equivalent to 1 liter, which is kind of like 3 of these bottles. I'm just using this comparatively so that you would appreciate precise measurements and volumes in the laboratory. At Medical Scientific, not only do we offer laboratory and diagnostic services to the public, but we also pride ourselves in having the capacity to also promote and use and sell what it is we've got. We at Medical Scientific, we've got these analytical pipettes, and we also use them in our offices, and we also promote them. So for the medical laboratory industry, you're gonna need tools like these, and we've got them in 3 different ranges, starting with 5 to 50 microliter, followed by 10 to 100 microliter, and 100 to 1000 microliter. These pipettes are very, very useful tools, and today was a little introduction, a little overview for you as the public to be aware of what your tests involve and how important the laboratory industry is. And when your doctor asks for particular tests, many times it comes down to precise measurements, because remember I told you that blood is a transport mechanism. You've got all of these things, hormones, electrolytes, salts, wastes, nutrients being transported at any given time. And at any given time, our homeostatic mechanism, our body's ability to maintain itself properly, is under control by other aspects of our body, like our pituitary gland, that master gland, and these analytes, these hormones are under control. So at any given time, they're supposed to be particular concentrations of these cholesterol, of these hormones, of these analytes like sodium, potassium, chloride. They must be held within certain established normal ranges. In disease conditions or pathologies or abnormal instances, what do you think happens? The equilibrium gets shifted. So in diabetes, where the blood sugar is supposed to be 70 to 100 milligrams per deciliter, you may have now elevated blood glucose levels. And what this causes is, when your doctor asks for these tests and elevations or even lower values are obtained, it guides the physician on how to manage, diagnose, treat, cure these types of diseases when possible. All right, so welcome to the medical laboratory industry, and it's our pleasure here at Medical Scientific, always partnering with you and edifying you as our public and all our patients on what your lab means to you and to us. We're always happy to be able to share these things with you. Keep well until another video.